this morning. Now to a first look at this week's Motivation with Marissa, where we are highlighting a history maker in comedy. You all are going to love this one. She's been performing for more than 5 decades, and she still is getting standing ovations and causing belly aches from laughter. D.C. native and impressionist Sylvia Traymore Morrison still has it, and I watched her as she dazzled children this week with a special visit to Murch Elementary School.
I had a lot of fun. I thought it was cool that she could mimic the sound of crickets.
She talked about Duke Ellington and how she met him, and I really liked that. Now I feel like I can be a big person, I can do what I want to be, and she just makes me feel very confident about acting.
I have goosebumps. It just makes me smile from ear to ear. This is exactly what we're going for with all of the things we do at Amore in our classes, in our work with kids, is just to bring in inspiring people.
Kaplan actually met Sylvia in our green room at Fox 5, and that's how they came together to make that event happen. See, we're bringing people together as well.
There we go.
But Morrison, a D.C. native, she is known as the first black female impressionist and the first black woman to write for Saturday Night Live. She's done everything from host a roast for Muhammad Ali to touring nearly 30 cities as the opening act for Whitney Houston. But before the success, she struggled in small clubs and bars in New York, telling me that she made no money in the first decade of doing it.
My first pay was a Coca-Cola, okay? And so I go into his office, he comes in and he says, look, I'm gonna keep it straight. You stink. Your talent is, you're not talented. You need to find something else to do. And I'm sitting up here and I'm looking at this man like, I come here every week. I get a standing ovation every week. I said, but they give me the standing ovation. He said, Sylvia, you're a little colored girl. They feel sorry for you. Now, Marissa, when he said that, you got to remember, I'm by myself. None of my family's there. I don't know anybody. It's just me by myself walking the streets of New York City alone. And this man tells me I should find something else to do. And that the white, because it was an all-white audience every week. And they absolutely stood up every week. As a matter of fact, one couple came to the door and they said, is the colored girl here this week? And, you know, yes, she's here this year. She said, oh, that's her. So they would come to see me. But he said, no, they feel sorry for you. I can't tell you what that did to my soul. I can't tell you the depth of this is all I got. This is all I got. God gave me this gift, and I give it to y'all every week. Now you're telling me that I stink?
I always end these segments with, since it's Motivation with Marissa, what's motivating you these days?
I hope this doesn't sound selfish or braggadocious or any of that, but for a lot of years, I never had, like, motivation. I didn't have a manager other than Red Fox. He's the only manager I ever had. Didn't have an agent. I didn't have lawyers. I didn't have, I signed my contract with Red Fox without a lawyer seeing it. He had me for 35 years. I didn't know that. I was a young girl. I just know it was Red Fox Sanford's son, Sylvia Traymore Morrison. And so nowadays, since I've been through so much, I'm able to motivate myself. And that's why I said I hope it doesn't sound, kind of braggadocious, but I know what it's like to be turned down. I know what it's like to hear no all the time, just all the time, and then see all my friends, especially the guys, get all the good jobs, and I'm just sitting back watching. But I never lost hope.
All over again. The full conversation with Morrison streams this Saturday at 10 a.m. on Fox Local. And she told me in our chat that she normally doesn't talk about that stuff because it's hard to get through and revisit. But now, in a way, she's thankful all of it happened because it forced her to be great. And she ended up breaking down doors for so many. I told her, I was like, you stand at the intersection of Black History Month and Women's History Month. So it's so perfect that we're doing it. But so many more stories, even how she ended up hosting that roast for Muhammad Ali because Richard Pryor didn't show up. So that was one of her first big breaks.
Wow.
But she was ready. She was ready for the opportunity. So I hope you'll tune in at 10 a.m. on Fox.
100%. You know, you talk about living legends. She is a living legend, and she's been touched by so many other legends that we look up to today. So we're so grateful for Miss Sylvia. Thank you for bringing
I need
us
her to roast me.
Yeah, she would love to.
I need a good roast.
She did a little impression of me too. So
Oh, did she?
yeah, you'll
she
see that
cracked
as
us
well.
up with our impressions when she was here last time we interviewed her.
Friend of the show. Well, it's not.